name's Iain Suffield. I'm an acoustics technical specialist with Jaguar Land Rover. Electric vehicles or hybrid vehicles are a great opportunity to reduce our in-city noise levels and actually make our cities an awful lot nicer place to be, with the reduced pollution that they produce and the reduced noise levels as well. But we have noticed that when you take the engine away from the car, the traditional combustion engine out of the car, that is the dominant noise source up to somewhere between 20 and 30 kph. Once you take that noise source away, the car is inherently an awful lot quieter. By the time you're up to about somewhere between 20 to 30 kilometers an hour, the actual sound of the tyres on tarmac or the aeroacoustic noise of the car just moving through the air actually takes over as the main noise source. So the focus of our work here is just to reinforce the sound that's essentially missing when we go into a battery electric vehicle. Jaguar's Acoustic Vehicle Alert System is designed to fit in with regulation that's upcoming throughout the globe, that recognises that electric cars, being quieter than normal combustion engine cars, are missing some of the sound cues that people rely upon to move around either cities or car parks in a safe way. The amount of work we've done with our sound design is to meet some very differing requirements. We obviously have to meet the regulations in there. The amount of work we've put into our sound design to make sure that the sound behaves as it should do, so that people perceive the information of the car's behaviour quite quickly and intuitively, without being, it's nothing different or strange when we transfer to a majority of electric cars. We also have to meet the Jaguar's drivers' expectations, or our Jaguar customers' expectations, of super silent and super refined when they're at low speed and pull away. And we have to convey the brand information of Jaguar to the outside of the car. People should know that, not just through the behaviour, but through the sound itself, it should convey Jaguarness. What this system does is it gives some acoustic cues that people will recognise that there's a car there even before they've looked. The background of this is we do probably an awful lot more listening than we do looking. We certainly do an awful lot more listening than we realise, and there's a lot of sound is processed at a subconscious level. If you take out those audio cues of there's a car coming towards you, then you put people at potentially increased risk in city spaces. The design process has worked with the styling group to make sure that our sound is bespoke for I-PACE and truly reflects the I-PACE character. But we then have to do an awful lot of putting the sounds actually on the car and making sure that is perceptible for pedestrians or other road users. There's an awful lot of standing around while cars drive around you, so that you can pick up where the car is, how fast the car is going, whether it's accelerating or decelerating. So it's not just a flat sound. Obviously the car moves, it accelerates, it decelerates, it starts, it stops, and the sound must reflect that behaviour to get the acoustic information of what the car is doing, which is what's useful and what tells you that there's something moving around you. The Jaguar AVAS is fitted to all cars in all markets in advance of the legislation. We recognise that this is an important safety feature, and that's part of the reason that the driver doesn't have to worry about it, they can't interact with it, don't switch it off at all, because it's just there. I contacted guide dogs because I thought they would be able to bring us actually a unique perspective. We could have just designed the sound to meet the regulation and thought no more of it, but actually the perspective provided by the Guide Dogs Association is very useful and has been really enlightening to me.